Hey guys, Saturday again. So last winter, we had a problem with the kids feeding the animals. They would leave the garage door open. Snow fell down, piled up, fell off the roof, landed right there by the garage door, and ended up piling up inside the garage, right on the door. So I'd spend hours and hours and hours chipping ice out of the door jamb. Well, I just chipped all the ice out of the door jamb one day, got the door to finally close, and the next day the kids wake up, go to do their chores, and they're whining and complaining that they can't get the door open. There's a big snow pile up against the door like this, and I figure sure enough the door's frozen shut. I turn the door handle, and I push and I push and I kick it, and I can't get it open, and so I just ram it as hard as I can. Well, turns out, oh, it's locked. Turns out the door wasn't frozen shut. We bought cheap door handles when we built this house, and the door handle had stopped working. It didn't quite open all the way, the plunger didn't go all the way in, and so the door handle was actually still in the jamb. So basically what I did was kick the door down, and I broke the whole inside jamb out. I'll go show you. So I ended up hitting the door pretty hard, busted the whole door jamb out, broke this whole piece off. So, needless to say, I've got a lot more work to do.
So pretty.
And yeah, I don't get everything fixed right away. So, today, I've got another door handle that's sticking from the same batch of crappy door handles. So I bought some nice door handles, or doorknobs. I'm going to replace that back doorknob. This is the old doorknob, still in there. It's a quick set doorknob. Don't buy those, they're pieces of crap. But you can see it's really hard to twist, and quite often the kids can't get it open. I'm going to get angry in the winter and break it. I really don't get angry that often. I'm a pretty mellow guy, but sometimes when doors don't open and things like that. So I bought this one. No idea how to say that name. Silage? Silage? I don't know. It's not silage, but anyway. The doorknob just comes apart with two Phillips screws right here. You just back those out, and it's kind of easier if you back them both out about the same rate. So back one out a little bit, switch to the other side, back that one out. You also want to probably replace your doorknobs if you're buying a new house, so that you make sure that the old owners don't still have a key to your house. Once those screws are out, the doorknob just pulls right apart. Like that. So, we don't really need this piece anymore at all. This is the plunger mechanism. That probably is bad. It's probably a combination of both, but since a new one comes with the doorknob, actually a lot of the hardware comes with the new doorknob, I'm just going to replace the plunger and the handle. These are probably important. You probably want to keep those.
They're not that important.
Most of this stuff I don't need. I'm going to keep the old strike plate on. It'll work just fine for this doorknob. Most of that hardware I don't need. Stay out, cat. So it comes with a different insert for a different kind of door. For that, you'd actually take this plate off, and this thing goes around that. If you have a door that doesn't have the cutout like this, it would just have a hole that you would push, that would press this into, and then that goes on over the top of that. This whole piece comes off. I don't know how to get that off, actually. I've never done that, but the other piece that we don't need is the strike plate. There's already one on the door. Won't need to replace that. The old plunger just comes out with two screws also. Two wood screws. And then it'll just wiggle right out. You put this in, you want to obviously make the sloped side go towards the door, the way the door closes, I guess, so that that can push shut on the striker. This piece of the doorknob also is adjustable. So you can slide that somehow. I never do it because most all the time, these are the types of doors I have. But if your door knob hole is further back this way, then you want to adjust this thing, and that ends up sliding over or turning somehow and getting over to the other side. But for most doors, at least all the doors I've dealt with, it comes preset in the right spot. Just pull the 2 of the wood screws out. There's 4 wood screws in there. 2 of them will be for this, and 2 of them will be for the striker that we won't actually use. Those don't need to be over tightened. It's pretty easy to strip them out. If you do happen to strip them out, you can take a match, a wooden match, stick it in the hole and break it off, and then you can screw right into that wooden match and it'll help fill the hole. This just goes in. Make sure you put the lock side on the outside. You put that part in first, slide it through, hold it in place, and this piece just slides over that one. Sometimes you have to wiggle it around a little bit to get it.
Don't the screws go on the side, not on the top? Oh.
Depends on the doorknob. This particular doorknob, the screws go on the top and the bottom. That other doorknob, the screws went
On the side.
on the sides. These screws, for whatever reason, are super easy to strip out, so I probably actually don't want to use the screw gun. So you can get them started by hand. That one feels like it's started. Quite often, it's too hard to get, if the screws are backed out like this, it's really hard to get a good angle on that. So I like to pull, once I get the screws started, you can pull the doorknob out like that, and then you can get an access to them. So you do one a little ways and then go to the other one. I use the screw gun anyway.
Because you're what?
Patient.
So patient.
There you go. New one works like a charm. That's all there is to it. What are you doing?
Aren't you going to say your like, share, subscribe because we're awesome stuff?
Oh yeah. Do that. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.